Hey, Wilson, come on in here, man. I see you brought all your people with you. What's up, boys and girls? Welcome back to another episode of New Stuff TV, your spot for infotainment for the average consumer. I'm your host, Antoine. Welcome to my spot, Richardson, because today we just gonna be chilling in my spot. All right, look, I wanted to do this video for you guys just to see, like, maybe help you get some ideas, because I do not have the ultimate home theater setup. I do not have a budget setup. I got something in between, you know what I'm saying? But I do want to give you some ideas because I live in Houston, Texas. We do not have basements here, because if we did, we'd all die because we'd be flooded out, right, Wilson?
Yeah, definitely.
Anyways, a lot of people have basements, these dedicated home theaters. They look fantastic, right? With the stadium seating and stuff. I'm not particularly a fan of that kind of stuff. But I do like home theaters, right? And I like my own space to, you know, just enjoy my movies and stuff. So I decided to take a part of my house and turn it into a home theater. And you might be just like me, where you just got a space and you do like home theater, but it ain't like home theater space. So let me show you what I did, man. Maybe I'll give you some ideas. This is a loft, right? It's a house. This is upstairs. And if you look over here, this is the stairwell, right? It's an open room. So in this theater room, I don't even have 4 walls, bro. I'm just doing what I can with my 3 little walls. You know what I'm saying? And this is also, it's a loft, like, kind of like a, what do they call it, a media room? Or
Yeah, I say a media room.
Homes, when they were built,
Yeah.
media room, game space. A lot of people probably, when this house was built, they had pool tables up here. This is an old house. This house was built in like 78, I think. Anyways, I do need to show you this, man. Let me expose this. This is not a window, because this is part of the sound treatment as well as the room treatment for a lot of other things, aesthetics. This is actually a linen closet. So just put some curtains up there, you know what I'm saying? Just to kind of balance out the room. And this is not a window, this is a hallway. That's a hallway, and there's bedrooms back there, man. And of course I got curtains here, so when I want to watch the projector in like blackness, you know, during the daytime when it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I want to watch a movie, I just close all of these curtains. They go all the way across. I got a totally blacked out room. And I did take the liberty of getting some paint. This ain't no special paint, man. This is probably Sherwin-Williams. That's my joint, right? But this is just like a super dark blue paint, just kind of almost black out the wall, just for aesthetics while the lights are off. But that's the room, you know what I'm saying? So you can take any room and do this as long as you got enough space for the projector and stuff. But now y'all want to get into some gear, man. Like I said, I don't have like the most premium stuff, but I don't have the most budget stuff either. It's somewhere in between, a mix and match, because, you know, your budget's going to be your budget. Mileage will vary, but I'm still giving you some ideas with some stuff. Right here, I have a 75-inch Bravia 9. This TV is an absolute beast. And this is the TV we watched like most of the time, but it's particularly for shows, you know what I'm saying? Like, we watch The Diplomat, we'll watch that on here, you know, just the good shows, you know, just fun TV, casual TV, but we want it to look good, and that's what we watch. I know you see this TV back here, man. Now, this is a multi-purpose room. We do a lot of stuff in this room. Like, we play games up here, we come up here, me and the wife will just sit up here and converse, but this is also my studio, because of course I shoot all my videos up here, and I needed something in the background that was going to be really pretty, so I just knocked out some shelves on this built-in bookshelf and made a space for TVs. Right here you're looking at the Bravia 7 75-inch. This is more of a placeholder for when I don't have a TV here, because when I showcase TVs like the QM8K, the Samsung QN90F, and stuff like that, I'll just slap it back here, put some lights behind it, and that's how I showcase the TV. And I flip my couch around and stuff. I do all kinds of stuff when y'all ain't here, and then I showcase the TVs. But that's what's in the back. We don't really watch that TV anymore. But this is the TV we mainly watch. And this is, you know, the visual, right? This is one part of the visual. But the heart and soul of this system is in this cabinet right here. But I want to start here first. This is an AVR. This is the Sony AN1000. Which I think is a very highly underrated system as far as AVRs go, because it's capable of so much. It does not 1, not 2, but 3 zones. For those of you who are in the AVRs, y'all kind of know that, but we're gonna keep things a little bit simple. Anyways, I got this because I wanted speakers. I didn't want to really do sound bars anymore, because all the sound bars sounded great. Like, I have a Bravia Theater Bar 9 and a Sony Bravia Quad. Sounds freaking fantastic, but I wanted that sound separation. So I had to go back, you know, to the old school with components, speakers everywhere, right? I wanted 5.1.2 surround sound. What that means is you got 5 ear level speakers. So you got a left, a center, a right, and then you got 2 rear surround sound speakers, and then the point 2, the last point 2 would be the 2 Atmos speakers up top there. This was, man, you remember this, Wilson?
It was good.
It was really,
Oh yeah.
it was great. Come on, man, it was great.
I think you should have something. I think you have something greater.
Okay, I do, but it was still great because there's better words than great, right? Because at some point I did feel like, okay, I've been here, I maxed it out. I ended up going with the Sony core speakers in Sony's lineup because of budget. I wanted to max out the speakers and I didn't have the budget to go into focal and all this other stuff. So I was like, you know what, let me max it out with these and see how they sound first. Turns out these speakers are badass. We'll get into those in a second, but I did want more sound, not more volume per se, but more sound as far as like separation and detail. So I needed another AVR because this was only capable of, I think a 7.2 or no, 7.1 setup or a 5.1.2 setup. You can do either one or something in between, right? So I had to take it a step up into Sony's ES lineup. And this, I used this AN1000 for about a year. About 2 months ago, I went to Cydia. Just before I got to Cydia, I purchased this bad boy. This is the Sony AZ5000ES. This is their elevated standard, okay? There's a 3000, a 5000, and a 7000. 7000 is too much money and stuff, okay? But this 5000 does exactly what I needed to do, which was 7.1.4. I wanted 4 Atmos speakers. I wanted 2 in the front and 2 in the back. That's what I was missing. Plus, I needed the extra 2 rear surrounds. This is actually capable of that. Then I went the extra mile and did a 7.4.4. That means I got 4 subwoofers hooked up to this bad boy. And Wilson, I told you there was a better word than great, right? How about freaking awesome? Like freaking hyphen awesome? Is that good?
All right.
Or freaking amazing? That's what this sounds like. Freaking amazing. You got to say freaking with some intensity though, right? So that's what I went with. That's what I'm rocking with right now. This is my sound system. And where should we go? Should we go to the soundbar next or should we tour the speakers real quick?
Let's tour the speakers.
All right, so I told you I went with the Sony core speakers. Sony sells their core series of speakers with tower speakers, subwoofers, bookshelf speakers, and Atmos topper or Atmos speakers, right? So I got all of them, and then sometimes I got duplicates. I have 4 of these. These are the towers. And once again, I'm not a fan of showcasing the drivers. Like I like speakers to be heard and not seen, so I always cover them up with their grills, but this is what they look like. They're very affordable, and to me, they punch above their weight class, especially with these Sony systems like the AN1000, perfect for that, right? So I got these all over the place. I got the 4 subwoofers. This is a mirrored setup, so left and right are going to be exactly the same. So we got the front speaker here, a sub down here, and then an Atmos up there. Same thing on the opposite side. Then you got your center channel right here. I would love to have it up here, but that interferes with my projector screen, so I keep it right here. And these Sony systems, they have what's built in called a center speaker uplift. So it kind of virtually lifts the speaker up. So it actually does sound like the vocals are coming from about right here. If you go to the back, you'll see the rear surrounds. So we got rear side surrounds right here. Boom, got that tower there. Another subwoofer here. And the bookshelf speakers are back here. And then you have the last speaker, which is the Atmos up there. So I know you're not supposed to put bookshelf speakers in a bookshelf, but once again, we're working with my room. This is like a hybrid, you know, home theater. So I had to shove them in here. Once again, everything you see over here is completely mirrored on the opposite side. Dude, that is a ton of speakers. And you know what that comes with?
What's that?
A lot of wires, Wilson.
Oh yeah?
Let me show you this. Look over here, guys. I got all these wires exposed. When I hooked up the AN1000, I ran them under the carpet and everything was fine. But dude, that's a lot of labor. So the reason why I got them exposed now is because I think I want to get some new carpet at the first quarter of next year. So I was like, I ain't going through all that mess. I'm just going to do that later. But if you're hanging out in the soundbar arena, like I said, I have the Sony Bravia Theater Bar 9 and a quad. The quad is actually in service downstairs in the bedroom, but this came in about 2 months ago. This is the Nakamichi Dragon. Wilson, have you ever seen a soundbar like this?
This is absolutely massive.
Massive, yet insane. Okay, we have AVR functionality with this thing. So if you don't want to do an AVR, because I just showed you what kind of labor is involved, this is the next place to go. All right, price point is going to be price point. But if you can afford one of these bad boys, you get this honker of a soundbar. And to be honest with you, man, if I hadn't like bought the AN1000 first, I would have got the Nakamichi and just been done with it. And here's why. AVR stuff, component, you know, like 4 inputs back there for HDMI, all kinds of stuff, right? But then you got these rear surrounds. Man, so robust. You got like, you can rotate these things to be directional. This is crazy. Are you getting this, Wilson?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, that's crazy. Then you got those motion tweeters right there. You get 2 of them, left and right. And then you got these dual 8-inch subs. There's 2 of them, but inside of each enclosure, you get 2 8-inch subs. And you can turn them off or on independently inside of each enclosure. That is insane. So as far as an AVR goes, this is literally an AVR disguised and identifying as a soundbar. So if you're still in the, but the cool thing about it is it has the soundbar features where you just slap it on the top of your TV stand and then place these speakers there and they're all wireless. You don't have to do all that labor. But that's what I would recommend if somebody was gonna do a soundbar setup. Oh my God, that's heavy. All right, let me put this over to the side. Now I want to get into some more stuff because this is another one. This is the Sony UBP800 Mark II. This is the 4K UHD player. That thing has been so much fun because I've gotten into physical media again, buying like 4K UHDs and Blu-rays. Oh man, we've been streaming so long, Wilson, that we don't know what quality is.
Oh, yeah,
there is a difference in sound quality and video quality. So that was a great purchase right there. I'm so glad I went that route. Where do I want to go next? We've talked about the TV, the other TV, all of the sound. Ooh, you know what? I told you this was for watching shows, right? Really good shows, really high quality content, but there's a thing called a projector. So when you want to go bigger than this 75 inches right here, you want to go to 120 inches. But here's what's cool. My projector is from XGIMI. That's the XGIMI Horizon 20 Max. And I'm using the Elite Screens. Oh man, let me grab my phone. I always mess this name up. Elite Screens Starling Tab Tension Cinegrey 5D 120 inch projector screen. So Elite Screens sent this over here, I don't know, like 2 years ago. I was never able to use it in my personal setup because of laser speckle. I know you guys know what that is because every time I talk about one of these 4K projectors with the triple lasers, some of them have laser speckle because of the screen you're using, especially when you're using a high gain screen. But not only did I have that on standby, because I've been waiting on to be able to use a really high-end projector like the Epson QB1000. Man, I really wanted that, right? But this bad boy showed up. And then Elite Screens sent over a dongle that goes, listen, can you come over here?
Sure.
So this dongle acts as a remote trigger, and that's what it is. It's like a dongle style remote trigger. It just plugs into the back of the projector there. So when I turn on the projector, let me turn on the projector, and I'll turn off the TV, because when it's movie time, it's movie time. And that's when it's, ooh, dude, things start happening. You know what I'm saying? The TV goes off. That turns on, that tells this to come down. How baller is that, man?
It's so good.
Dude.
Ah, man.
That's so clutch, right? So this is what the screen looks like. Let's go back to it. Cinegrey, it's gray, okay? So I like the gray because gray is gonna be as dark as your black floor is gonna be when you're watching a projector. But also look how good it looks in ambient light. Are you catching this, Wilson?
It actually looks really good on camera.
There you go. All these lights are on, right? And the projector is also mega bright too. That's why I love this one. There's so many projectors out there that I've actually owned personally and that are out there. This is the, dang, that is bright. This is the one I actually do recommend. I know there's other ones out there. I've had a Valerian. I actually took it down because this one's better in my opinion. And I like this one because it really works well with this projector screen. This has been in storage for like 2 years. The reason why it works with this projector is for 2 features. One I'm going to be able to display here, and the other one maybe not. With this particular screen, it is 5D. That means it has a bunch of materials in it that you know, makes it a really high gain and reflects off the light and bounces off light that ain't supposed to be in your picture. But because you have that, it also helps produce that laser speckle. So in this particular projector, you go to this setting, go to display, and this is the only projector I've seen right now that has this, where you can do the projector light output. Right now it's at 10 because we're in a super bright room. Typically, when I got these lights down even just a little bit, I can take this down to 5 or 3. That's typically where I keep it, between 5 and 3, and that laser speckle starts to disappear. I'm gonna put it back at 10 because I got something else to show you. Then, if we go back into the display, and then we go down, now you won't see this feature, but maybe I'll throw up some B-roll so you can see it. But if you go into advanced settings, then you go down about 3/4 of the way down, somewhere around here, you'll see Dolby Vision screen size. And that's only when you're viewing Dolby Vision content. That's not on screen, so it's not showing up. But it'll give you Dolby Vision screen sizes, and as you toggle to what screen size you have, 100, 120, 130, 150, it starts to adjust the light output from the projector, and that almost, not 100%, but it almost eliminates the laser speckle. And that's why I'm able to use my absolute favorite screen with the Horizon 20 Max from XGIMI. Now, Wilson, if you come over here, this is another fine detail I just want to show the people about this projector. This right here is called tab tension. You see these little tabs?
Oh yeah.
And then there's a little cable in there. So what that does is it mechanically kind of just stretches out the screen to make it nice and taut. That way you won't see any like wrinkles and folds and stuff. Because to be honest with you, man, the projector screen is literally just as important as the projector itself. You could spend $70,000 on a projector, and then if you cast it onto a wall or a sheet, it's gonna look like pure ass. But if you get a great screen that has tab tension and that has, you know, good materials in there, it's going to look like that projector has been meant to look. And that's why I love this combo. Now, is there anything else I need to talk about in regards to that super stupid bright projector? I just love it. That's pretty much the bottom line. It's the best one that has been in this house as far as lifestyle projectors. I put it right up there with the Epson QB1000 that I really, really liked. That was a really great projector. But as far as my home theater setup goes, oh, this is so cool. Remember that dongle I talked about? When I said it was showtime, all I did was press the button on here to turn the projector on. Now I'm gonna turn it off. So this projector screen has 2 remotes that go with it. You can program them to do drop down height, all kinds of stuff, but that's a separate remote. If you use that dongle, what, did I do the screen size thing again? Did I do it again? No, it's turned on. Right. Okay. So yeah, with that dongle, you plug it into the back of there. It literally talks to the screen. When you turn off your projector, movie time is over. That's like so convenient. I love having that feature in there. But as far as my whole home theater goes, hopefully you kind of got some ideas here, because I've gone through 3 audio systems basically. Now, none of these are cheap, right? I did say that this was not a budget system. Oh, I turned on the projector again. Dang it, I was trying to turn on the TV. But none of this is really budget, but it's not like super high end either. It's very attainable for a lot of people, but the room is important. And I think a lot of people might feel like I can't do this because I don't have a proper theater room. No, you don't need one. All you need to do is just kind of a few DIY tricks, you know, cover up a hallway, cover up a door, put some curtains up, you know what I'm saying? And the most important thing next to the TV and the sound is the couch. So Wilson, tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and put on a movie, and you and your homies can leave, because that's all I got for y'all. Keep being good to each other, and I'll see you when I see you.